From a ghost unearthed by a massive earthquake to a woman walking through a solid wall, the events you're about to see are so mysterious that no amount of explanation best justifies them. But first, let's look at this mysterious car that can pass through a chain link. Number 10. Ghost Car. Strange things happen at night, and it's pretty hard to explain some of them. And this dashcam footage recorded in Georgia by Garden City Police is just another chilling example. It all started as a routine police chase in the year 2000, with police pursuing a white car. The car is seen driving erratically, swerving carelessly, and making U-turns. Suddenly, we see the car moving off and eventually hitting a dark road, but what the driver doesn't know is that the road is a dead end with a chain link. The officers are closing in at a high speed, assured that they've got their suspect cornered as they approach the chain link. Unfortunately, in what ended as the biggest mystery of the 21st century, the car moves to the left only to reappear again behind the fence. The driver was never captured, and this left behind many questions. How did the car pass through the fence? Could there be some mysterious force around that area? Number 9. Tsunami Ghost. However, during the event, a strange and unexplained phenomenon was caught on camera, which has come to be known as the tsunami ghost. Suddenly, a white figure appears on the screen, floating above the water and seemingly unaffected by the chaos around it. It gets even more mysterious as the figure disappears and reappears several times in the video. The figure appears to be a young girl wearing a white dress and moving slowly and deliberately. It's unclear whether the figure is a ghost or an optical illusion caused by the waves and debris. Several theories have been brought forward, with some believing it could be the spirit of a young girl who lost her life in the disaster, while others are getting convinced that it could be a visual manifestation of the event. Number 8. The 1987 Max Headroom signal intrusion. Think about it, you're watching your favorite show on your telly and then suddenly a strange figure from nowhere occupies the screen and you can't tell what it is. Now that's exactly what viewers in the Chicago area faced back in 1987. Now, if you were in love with television back in the 80s, you can bear witness that this was really disturbing, because television screens across Chicago were suddenly taken over by a bizarre and unsettling signal intrusion. The hijacker, who had disguised themselves as the fictional character known as Max Headroom, interrupted 2 separate broadcasts with a series of cryptic and nonsensical messages that left viewers baffled and disturbed. To this day, nobody knows the identity of the Max Headroom signal hijacker and how they hacked themselves onto the airwaves. Well, even though the Max Headroom signal intrusion only lasted a few minutes, its impact was far-reaching and long-lasting. Number 7. The Fresno Nightcrawler. This next grainy footage can leave you asking just how frequently we're all haunted at night by mysterious creatures. In November 2007, surveillance cameras in a home in Fresno, California, recorded a strange and ghostly creature moving across the property. The creature, which came to be known as the Fresno Nightcrawler, was unlike anything ever seen before, appearing as a ghostly pair of pants with no discernible features. Since then, there have been several other reported sightings of the Fresno Nightcrawler, the most recent one being the Yosemite National Park sighting. However, no one has been able to definitively explain what the creature is or where it came from. However, skeptics claim it's just a person in the street, but this argument still isn't convincing enough considering that humans can't mimic this kind of shape and walking style. Number 6. Parking Lot Ghost. When you love fixing your eyes on the CCTV monitors, especially at night, you definitely will catch something weird. Because honestly, so much happens in the wee hours of the night that we cannot explain. And that's exactly what happened to the Hernandez family in New Mexico. This family has made it a hobby to monitor CCTV footage recorded by the many security cameras placed around their home. And one night when they were eating dinner, they stumbled upon something that sent shivers down their spines from a live feed from a camera pointing at the parking lot in front of their house. As they watched, they could see what appeared to be a man walking from left to right. But here's where things get really creepy. The figure they saw was translucent, almost ghostly. The family was baffled by what they had witnessed and couldn't explain it. It's rumored that the figure could be the spirit of a man who died in the house next door. But until other possible explanations come to light, the Hernandez family will have to live with the knowledge that their parking lot is possibly haunted. Number 5. The Brookside Theater. Here is some more bone-chilling CCTV footage that has remained mysterious. Recorded at the Brookside Theatre in Romford, England in 2014, the footage shows a chair and table appearing to move on their own while there is no one in the theatre. The theatre's manager, Jai Seppel, acknowledged that a lot of weird things had happened at the theatre over the years, but this is easily the freakiest thing he has seen. Despite the numerous reports of paranormal activities at the theatre, there has been no definitive proof of the existence of ghosts or spirits within its walls. However, the stories and legends surrounding the Brookside Theatre continue to fascinate and intrigue visitors to this day. Number 4. Charlie Chaplin's cell phone. Almost a century since Charlie Chaplin produced the 1928 film named The Circus, it's now dawning on us that in one of the scenes, a woman was using what seems to be a cell phone. In the footage, a woman can be seen walking through the background of the shot while holding what appears to be a modern-day cell phone to her ear. She even turns towards the camera, revealing the gadget clearly, and from the look, it seems like she is talking over the gadget. Now, this footage has elicited a heated debate online, with some speculating that it could be a time traveler, while others getting convinced that it could be some form of paranormal activity or hearing aid. What's your thoughts on this? Because I don't think cell phone technology was available in the 1920s. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's image features a desolate, abandoned building and a strange figure standing in the doorway wearing a pig mask. Besides, there's another picture of humanoid creatures seen floating in the air. Let's find out more about this image with Number 3. The Levitating Shaman. You probably love watching people use magic powers to perform various stunts, but I think nothing is so fascinating and shocking at the same time as the stunts performed by the Shaman of Africa. In one of its segments, the 1977 documentary Journey into the Beyond featured the African Shaman, a witch doctor with an incredible display of supernatural abilities. In the video, we get to see the shaman walking on a beach. Then he suddenly stops and draws a circle on the sand using a stick before starting to invoke supernatural powers. Soon, the sky turns stormy and immediately fire occupies the circumference of the circle, leaving him in the middle. Suddenly, he begins to rise into the air with cameras rolling, hovering several feet off the ground before slowly descending back down again. He seems to be struggling to stay balanced, and even though he does this perfectly several times, he eventually falls with a thud. I'm not sure about you, but I don't think that it's possible to defy gravity. And I'm not alone, many people have tried to debunk this video, but honestly, no one has been able to definitively prove that this is a hoax. Number 2. The Patterson-Gimlin footage. This list wouldn't be complete without the mention of Bigfoot. However, of all the Bigfoot sightings available today, probably the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin footage remains the most mysterious. The footage was recorded in a forest in Northern California by Bigfoot hunters, and it shows a large bipedal creature walking through a clearing in the forest. It is covered in dark hair, and its arms swing with a fluid motion as it walks. At one point, the creature turns to look directly at the camera before continuing on its way. For the last 5 decades, people have been scratching their heads trying to uncover this footage, but with no success. Some have dismissed this footage, terming it as a hoax, while others claim it's just a man wearing an ape costume. But then again, experts, including those from the medical field, argue that no human being can replicate the creature's movement and appearance. Even designers have ruled out the claims, arguing that the technology to produce such a huge ape-like costume was not available in the 60s. Well, I hope even as the hunt for Bigfoot continues, we will one day unlock the mystery behind this footage. Number 1. Walking through walls. Imagine walking down a hallway and suddenly witnessing a woman seemingly passing right through a solid wall. Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what happened in this viral clip that has everyone talking. Uploaded by Casper Web TV, this footage lacks any context, but the visuals speak for themselves. You can see 4 different camera angles of a seemingly normal hallway, but watch what happens when the third person appears in the clip. As she walks down the hallway, she suddenly stops and turns towards the wall, then appears to step right through it. And to make things even spookier, she passes through the wall in between 2 actual doorways. When the footage first surfaced, people were quick to jump to paranormal conclusions, believing the woman to be a ghost. However, skeptics believe that the video was edited in some way. But what do you think? Is this a real-life ghost sighting or cleverly edited trickery? Thanks for watching.